draw a square with a side length given by the variable. We can do that one. All right, so I'm going to do kind of the same process that I did last time. I'm going to get a canvas to get started with, and I'm going to start in the comments figuring out what this problem might look like. So I'm going to need a variable to hold the side length. Okay, and then once I have that, I'm going to need to probably have a loop to draw a square using the side length, using variable. Okay, so I'm going to go to variables. I am going to make a variable. This one I will call side length. And I will have a place to set that number and make sure I'm on side length. And initially I'll set it to something pretty small. I'll set it to like 100. Okay, and this is now a new program. I'm gonna call it changing square. Good name. All right, changing square. So I've got my side length, and now I want to be able to draw a square using that side length. So I'm going to go to control. I know that squares have 4 sides, so I'm going to repeat these actions 4 times. The actions that I'm going to do are drive forward for a certain distance, and then turn right for 90 degrees. Could you do this turning left? Absolutely, but it's on right by default, so that's what I end up using a lot. Okay, so this will repeat 4 times. Drive forward, turn, drive forward, turn, drive forward, turn, drive forward, turn. I think that was 4. And we'll have a square. What are we missing? I need to draw, which means I need a pen. And maybe this time I will make my square green. I'm not currently using my variable though, right? Let's go back to variables. Side length is what I am going to use to determine how far to drive forward for the side of that square. And when I'm all done, there's stop, so I know my program's done. Let's give it a try and see what we get. Oh, it's so tiny, but there it is. You almost can't see the square because of the robot, but it's there. Let's see. You can kind of see it. It's a tiny little square. Let's maybe make the side length bigger, and we'll see how it looks. Reset. Play. Ah, big enough for me to see now. Here we go. So this fits the criteria, but something that I could add is maybe I would want this square to be centered in my canvas. And so how would I do that? I'm going to say that before I start drawing, I'm going to move. So square will be centered. So how will I know where to go? Well, if you wanted to be in the middle of this square, you would go half the length this way and half the length this way. So I'm just going to kind of undo that. So I'm going to go find drive. And this time I'm going to just back up. But I don't want to go the total side length. I'm going to go get an operator. I want to go half of the side length. So side length divided by 2. Okay. And so that will get me to back up. Let's just watch it. Let's see what happens. So that gets me to back up. Okay, good. So now my square is going to be centered on the y-axis. But if I want it to also be centered on the x-axis, I need to fix my starting place in this left-right direction. So I'm going to do that part. So I will, after I go backwards, I will turn right for 90 degrees. And then I will reverse for variable side length divided by 2. And let's retry. Okay, so gonna back up, turn, back up again. Oh no, oh no. I forgot to turn back to face the right direction. Shoot. Ah, it happens. It's still a square, but it's not where I wanted it to be. All right, I forgot something. Turn left. Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna back up, turn back up, turn back. There we go. And draw the square. All right, so we did all our testing using the side length of 500. Will it work for other lengths? Let's try 200. Now we're only going to back up 100 each time and draw a square with side length of 200. Excellent. Okay. Will it work with something bigger? Let's try like 732. Sure. So it's going to back up for half of 732. And now it's going to draw with side length 732 this nice big square. Ta-da! Okay, since we have our changing square now, I'm going to go ahead and save that one as well.